Finally got a fish after about 3 hours. Oh, it's quite a nice one, you know. Caught him on the blind, couldn't see. Oh, he's a nice fish. Yes. Some fresh rainbow trout. Looking forward to eating this one, aren't we, Dad?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to dispatch this fish. This is quite a decent one, you know. Mind you, that last trout we ate was pretty awesome, wasn't it? Well, welcome to another episode of TA Outdoors. This time it's a collaboration episode with my dad over there, who has a YouTube channel called TA Fishing. Weekly fishing videos, go and check that out, link in the description. Today we are fly fishing. We're going to try and catch some trout, maybe mostly rainbow trout, but potentially the odd brown trout. Much better than going to a supermarket and buying it plastic wrapped. I am catching my own food here. I'll show you the fly fishing setup in a minute and the gear that I'm using, but for now, let's go fishing.
There we go, guys, we're about that for a fish. That's a beauty. He's got to be on the 5, but like all fishermen, I'm greedy. Let's get this one whacked on the head quick.
Only got a fish after about 3 hours. Oh, it's quite a nice one, you know. Finally got a fish. Caught him on the blind, couldn't see. Got a stick in the net. This is definitely dinner plate size. Get in. Oh, he's a nice fish. That is a nice fish. Oh, he's quite a chunk though. He's trying to dig in the weeds. Oh, that's a good fish. Look at that clear water. Oh. Yes, get in. Oh man, now he's woken up. He has woken up. Oh, he's woken up. Come on, baby, come on. Dad's had about 3, I think. So he's certainly ahead on the numbers game. This fish has only just woken up. Oh, the fly is hanging there. Hanging there, yes. What a beauty. Get in. There we go. That is going in the pan, folks. That's some fresh rainbow trout. Looking forward to eating this one, aren't we, Dad?
Absolutely.
Don't know how we're going to cook it yet, but it's going to taste good.
And you can see the colour of the rainbow in his cheek there.
Yeah, the vermilion colour.
Absolutely, if you get that camera right.
This is one of the best colours we've caught today, I'd say. Fit colour-wise.
Lovely markings.
What would you say he is? 4s, 5s?
No, he's getting close to 5. He's magic 414, 440.
Yeah,
440. He might even pip us. I think
nice
he might have
fish.
fish of the day.
Brilliant.
Lovely looker.
Yeah, that's a stunner. So here's the trout. That's the one I caught. That's the one Dad caught. And what we've got here, it's just what we do here in the UK. This is the UK trout fishing scene. We use what's called a stringer. Now, I know over in the US you guys bleed them out, your fish generally, to keep them fresh. And this is what we do at the moment for our session and the time that we're doing today. We just pop them on a stringer and plop them in the lake so we can do a bit more fishing. So it just goes through the gill like that. That's one fish on. And we'll clip Dad's one on as well. Just helps to keep them a little bit fresh, you know. They're not going to be very fresh because we'd need to cook them right now and clean them right now, but
bit of weight there.
There's a bit of weight there. Nice big fish. We're here in the shade because we don't want the fish really cooking, and I'm just going to throw them a little bit out there and that'll keep them in the water. And then on this last one there's a stake here, and I'll just push that into the bank, and that keeps my fish from drifting away and it keeps them nice and fresh. So we've gone through a bit of a quiet patch now since that last fish. Dad is just charging up his GoPro. He's running out of footage for TA fishing.
I'm catching too many fish, guys.
He's catching too many. So what we're going to do, we've been on the lakes here behind us. We're actually now going to go on to a small stream. It's a small feeder river, you say, isn't it, Dad, to the River
Yeah,
Itchen? So it's probably very difficult, tough fishing.
Yeah.
We've got fairly big flies on, so we might have to switch to smaller flies, but we'll see how it goes
We're
anyway.
gonna have a walk along, see what we can do.
Yeah. We've had a few fish,
We're in the fish cleaning room,
and we're going to weigh them.
and yes, it smells fishy.
What are we saying?
I'm saying 412 to 414.
I reckon it's not.
Not that.
No, I reckon it's about 410.
Oh my god.
Oh,
my
414 is that?
Yeah, I got that as 4. I'm going to give that 413.
Yeah, I'd say just 413.
And we're going to call this
What? 5.2.
5.4. No,
5.2.
5.4. I think that extra stomach is going to make it.
Oh!
5.9.
Yes.
5.9.
Beast. Well, what about your shark fishing? You're going to do any shark fishing soon?
Shark fishing is coming. It is coming actually.
Yeah.
I think another probably a month or so for the pool beagles. Blues is still too early for the blues, definitely.
Yeah. Mind you, that last trout we ate was pretty awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a good one. That really was a good one. Yeah. And of course, all this won't go to waste because it will be
Shark chum.
used for shark. And I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to mesh it all up.
Yeah.
And go for the black bream.
Really, with the trout?
Yeah,
Have you done that
I've
before?
used it before, but I want to.
Well, they like it.
Well, you can use it as bait, but I'd use squid for bait because it's more durable. Although people that haven't used trout don't realise it is a good bait. I mean, we've had taupe on it.
How? Wow. Yeah, you've had
Sharks
some
on
really
it,
good stuff on trout, haven't you?
Skin them.
Yeah.
You can make like goujons with them. I don't actually want to do in the fillet. Take the belly meat. I cut the belly meat off and trim it. So I just got like that. You know, got a nice. There you go.
So the guys, that's a good fillet.
A nice big chunky fillet.
Big old fillet.
It's been done. It's a chunky fish fillet that's been done by a butcher. If that makes sense.
Yes, guys, we aren't chefs.
Yeah.
We're fishermen first.
First, I can go in the guts.
Need like a spoon.
Ah, that's why they do that.
Oh, there's the spoon.
is
Just
the
saying,
spoon to
just
scoop
need
it
the
out.
spoon to scoop it out. Yeah, there we go.
Fishery with everything.
That's better. So at the moment I'm now in the woods, guys. It's a different day to the fishing day. And I'm back out here and it's been raining a lot. There's been a lot of rain, so the ground's very damp. So I'm just going to cook up the trout that that me and Dad caught. I think it's my one that I've got. I've done some fillets of it, one big sort of fillet actually, and I'm just going to cook it up a bit more bushcrafty style. So I'm going to put it on a stick, basically cooking fish on a stick, which is old school. It's been done for many years, but I'm trying to do it a bit more natural, using nature a bit more. So I'm just splitting some pine root cordage. This is Scots pine, which is full everywhere in this woodland. And the stick spit basically that I have is a piece of beech, which I will show you in a minute. And then I've got another 2 sticks as well, smaller sticks, cross sticks, support sticks really for the trout, and they are also beech. So basically the reason I'm splitting the cordage is because it's thick, and although it's malleable whilst thick, the more I split it down, the thinner I make it, the more malleable it will be, the more flexible it will be. And basically the better the cordage, the better the knots. It will tie tighter knots and things like that. So I'm just really taking my time to enjoy, life out in the woods, because I could cook this trout up straight in a frying pan. I could just fry it, a couple of minutes each side, and job done. But sometimes it's nice to actually take your time with things and slow down. So, you certainly slow down when you're doing cordage. Any type of cordage is a slow process. Just splitting it there, and whenever the split goes off to one side, if you can see, whenever the split favours one side and wants to basically rip off, you pull down on the opposite side, and it keeps that split going in the middle. So you can see that's about to pull off this side, so I'm going to pull down, hold it there and pull down the opposite side there, and then it gets that split going down the middle again. There's definitely a bit of an art to it. It takes some getting used to. This is fairly thick cordage, but I've easily got enough. I've only got to tie the top of the stick. I'm just procrastinating now. So really, that'll probably do. So I can peel that off. There we go. And now that cordage is, I could soak it in water to make it even more flexible, but it wraps around my fingers no problem. So that's going to knot up no problem. This is kind of base camp for the afternoon. I'm only here for the afternoon really. Quite like this spot. Very mossy, Lord of the Rings-esque. So I've got my cordage. I've split this stick, this beech stick, because that's where the fillet trout's going to go in. Obviously I need to point the end, and this knife is fairly blunt actually, it needs a sharpener. The old Virtus Utilis. The ground's quite soft, so this should go in no problem. Should, he says. So I recently put up the video of the bushcraft show, where I went to the bushcraft show, and my friend Dustin at bushcrafttools.com showed you guys as well the fire piston. So I brought it with me. He gave me this fire piston. It comes with instructions and everything in this little pouch, but I'm not actually gonna use the instructions because he's showing me how to do it. But just so you guys can see, there's fold out instructions there on how to actually use the fire piston, which is awesome. Okay, we're going to give this a go. It might take us a few attempts, but basically he's like custom designed these. It's really clever, so that in one side these tip bits open. If you can see that, let's get in close on that. Yeah, the tips of these open, and in one side is actually lubricant. So that's char cloth there, so I can get a bit of char cloth out in a minute. So it's storage effectively. You can bring it with you, and it's already got storage. So there's basically lubricant, guessing Vaseline or something like that. And he always said just every time, dab of lubricant on the rubber seal so that it slides down. And I guess this, if it is Vaseline, will act as fire lighting material as well anyway, in emergency situations and all. But that would probably be better with a lighter, at which point you wouldn't need to use this, but it's a wicked piece of kit. So I've got my tinder bag here where I collected, if you remember, some, oh look, yeah, there's my pine pitch glue sticks that I made the other day, which is like primitive glue. If you want to see this video, I'll pop it in the corner somewhere here, how to make these. Rock hard. Primitive glue they used to make arrowheads and to glue arrowheads to shafts and things like that. Awesome stuff. Anyway, on to some tinder. Nice dried grass, which again I collected the other day in that video. I'm going to get an extra bigger bit of char cloth because when I watched Dustin do it, he sort of used a small bit and then a bigger bit. Nothing huge, just enough to be able to blow the ember, about that much. Blow the ember into a flame in the tinder bundle. I'll make my bird's nest already. First time I've used the fire piston outside of trying it with Dustin. Let's get a bit of char cloth. Tiny bit of char cloth there, goes in the tip here. In fact, let's get that lid back on before I lose it. The aim is to slam this down that way up, I'm guessing, and it should ignite because of the compression of the air. Should make it ignite, one would hope. There goes nothing. There you go. Oh, I just missed it. Yes. Now I've got to get it in this char cloth. Boom! That's so good. What an awesome... So I've got an ember, guys, that's smoking away. I'm sorry, I'm just super chuffed about that. Super piece of kit. Link in the description. Now's the tricky bit. Because I've got to be fast because everything's wet. Uh-oh. We just did that. Literally just got there. So I just need to get some, as much on it as possible, really. Fire piston rule number one is put it back in its storage case, guys. Especially me, renowned for losing things. So while the fire's dying down, I'm just stripping bark off these like support sticks. Different ways you can do it. Obviously you can just use the blade of your knife, but you'll end up stripping it thinner each time. So you can actually just, if you've got a knife with a 90-degree spine, like this one, which means, you know, a sharp right angle, you can just rub the bark off with the back of your knife. Why, Mike, do we rub the bark off? It's not for looks, guys. The bark contains bacteria, so I'm just stripping all that bacteria layer off, basically. Why green wood? Because it doesn't burn, obviously, like dead wood does. Dead dry wood, it doesn't burn as well. So if this is over the fire, which it will be, although it won't be directly over flame, it just stops your sticks getting on fire. And that's why green wood's used a lot when cooking fish over fire. Same goes with the split stick. That is also green wood. Don't worry guys, it grows back. Something very satisfying about stripping bark off a stick. I've come unusually prepared, guys. I've actually got a chopping board for a change. It's not wood, not bushcraft, but doesn't matter. I've got some rice as well, which I'm going to cook up to have with the fish. Big old chunk of fillet. It's a nice sized fillet actually, that. This is Dad's fish, I can tell, because it's a smaller fish. I'm just going to poke. I've done this a different way before, but I'm just getting a hole just in there. And then another one opposite. Same again back here. Easy to clean the old knife. With my two sticks, I'm literally just gonna through there. Try not to break the fillet up. I can feel it breaking up a bit, which is not good. It's very fragile, this fillet, so I have to be careful. I don't want it falling off the stick. Oh, that bit is a bit easier. So that goes like that. And then the plan is to have most of the fillet going through this stick. And then I'm going to lash the cord. Let's just do a... It's not perfect, guys, trust me. I'm just lashing the cord around the tip of the stick to keep the fish in, pinched in so it doesn't slip. There are so many ways of doing this. This is just an experiment for me. I also need to get this boiling for the rice because the fish won't actually take too long. Lemon. Use my open elds cut lemon because it will patina the blade a bit after a while. No, this is by no means perfect, guys. If anything, it's a bit of a bodge job because the fillet's all ripped open. But it's getting eaten, so it doesn't matter. The subscriber sent me these, by the way. Mini salt and pepper. Bit of salt. Go away, fly. I'm not overcomplicating it with seasoning. Bit of mini pepper. I like a good bit of pepper, so we'll allow that. The lemon. Probably only need half. Get that lemon. Sweet. I'm still going to put it by stick. The trout, not so perfectly hung above the fire. Plenty of heat to cook it though. The rice boiling away. I'd have liked to have stretched that fillet out a bit more. It's a bit curved, so it won't cook evenly. I brought my frying pan because just in case the fish thing, cooking the fish on a stick turned into a disaster, always have a backup plan. I would have fried it. So rice is done. It's one of those like boil in a bag type jobs. Oh, look at that. That is crispy. I wouldn't say it's perfect. The skin just started to crisp. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, the trickier part. Undo the cordage. Just a bit. Well, it's falling off the skin, so it's definitely cooked. That is the finished catch and cook. Caught by my own hands, well, Dad's hands actually, this one, but the other one will cook up at some point. Living good in the woods. Moment of truth. My pan is cool. I'm excited. Definitely cooked, it just falls apart. Dad filleted this one, so I've got to be careful. I can see bones already. Still though, bon appetit. Oh, that's really good. May have over salted it a bit. She's a bit salty. Can't go wrong with a bit of lemon. That's tastier than I thought, given it was cooked on a stick. Can you guys hear the birds? It's hard for you guys to see, but it's good. Easy cleanup. Some lucky fox is going to come across the old fish stick later, which still has a bit of trout on it. Like a lollipop to him. Great thing about doing the rice in the water, like in a bag, as well as I've got all that water left over. I could either have had a tea, coffee, or I can use it to put the fire out. Well guys, thanks so much for watching this video, really appreciate it. We've got some more catch and cooks coming up at some point with Dad. We will do some different species as well, some sea fishing. We'll be doing some sea fishing species soon, because now's the time of year which is great for sea fishing, except today where the weather's really bad. But Dad, you're probably wondering, where is your dad, Mike? He's actually out fishing today. He is beach fishing at the moment, making a film for TA Fishing, like our other channel, YouTube channel, mainly his YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to TA Fishing and you're into fishing and you want to learn about fishing, subscribe to TA Fishing, Dad's channel. Honestly, it's really good. Lots of educational content on there. And I go on there as well and help him out, collaborate, and we just have a bit of fun. To help me out, YouTube algorithm loves to bury videos like this where there's sort of bit of, you know, graphic content or catch and cook. They don't really like them going too well, so which is sad, because to me it's educational content. You know, it's trying to educate the next generation of youngsters about how to survive, how to live off the land. And all these are really key skills, things like gutting and cleaning fish. You know, they're key skills. They might have turned up in the supermarket plastic wrapped, but at some point that was a fish swimming in the sea. It had to be dispatched, it had to be gutted, cleaned, filleted. You know, these are such important skills, and unfortunately, you know, the way YouTube goes, it doesn't seem to like this sort of thing, which is sad. And it's trying to mold us into one person to be like how they want, and unfortunately that's, you know, that is tough, and that's why I can't do these videos as often as I'd like to. Normally we do these really regularly. So to help me out, and this will help me a lot, just in future as well with this video, just try and, if you can, watch the video all the way through, because it's judging it based on kind of watch time and how long you guys watch my videos for. So if you can, just watch it all the way through. Even if you don't, you know, enjoy it, just maybe press play and leave it playing in the background and do something else, make yourself a tea or a coffee or something like that, just leave it playing in the background. It really helps me out. And also comment, guys, comment down in the, you know, in the boxes below where you can comment. A, that helps me to get some feedback from you on what you thought of the video, but B, it shows me about my community, and sometimes I see you guys engaging with each other, which is, you know, it's super important to me. So I really appreciate it. If you're one of those people that generally doesn't comment and you just watch the video, let me know your opinions, you know, and your feedback. I'm sort of open to what you guys want to suggest for videos, or what you didn't like about a video and what you did like about a video. So I'd be really grateful if you did put your comments down. As usual, if you like the episode or each upload that I do, that also helps my channel out. And if you disliked it, you know, give it a dislike. It's up to you. As long as you're kind of engaging with me, that's what it's all about. That's what YouTube, the program, is all about, that engagement. But yeah, share the videos where you can with your friends, with your buddies. I appreciate that these videos for the last, I'd say, month may have seemed repetitive. And that's because I've been so busy with the Bushcraft show, you know, organisation and things like that, getting my clothing sorted, TA Outdoors clothing, patches, everything like that, the website being built, almost done now, guys, almost done with the website, it's nearly ready to go live. And then I can give you guys, you know, you guys can have access to these things. So that's why the videos have been slightly slower, shorter, maybe a little bit repetitive. But I've got plans to go elsewhere with camping. I'm going, you know, up north to Lake District soon for a couple of trips. I'll be doing more coastal stuff down on the coast, like my coastal videos. I love it down there. And also with going with people like you've seen at the Bushcraft show, and just getting their experience and things like that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I realise I've been waffling on. If you watched it all the way through, thank you, and I will see you soon in the next episode of TA Outdoors.